Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to save you time and money by giving you the scoop on filmmaking quality and content so that you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money watching a particular film. So today, the particular film I'm reviewing is called Classified. This mystery slash action thriller releases on streaming platforms on October 22nd, 2024 to rent or buy. The movie is rated R. It's an hour and 45 minutes, and my overall movie review mom grade is probably hovering around a B to a B minus. So let me give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch this with other people, funny lines, interesting lines, and we'll finish up with recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also like or you might even like better. All right, let's dive in. So in a nutshell, the story is about a career CIA hitman who gets his assignments from the classified section of various international newspapers to receive his orders. Suddenly, he discovers that his division has actually been shut down for years. So who is he working for? The film was directed by Roel Rijn, who also worked as the cinematographer on the project. He stated that he became a director because he loves creating worlds. Writing credits go to Bob DeRosa. Now, tips for parents. There is some profanity, including F-bombs, lots of bloody, sometimes gory violence. Various weapons are used. We see a shirtless man in a shower. It's Aaron Eckhart. Innocent people are in harm's way and very high dead body count. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are truth and deception, loyalty, friendship, secrets, power, and greed. So here's the list of things I really liked about the film. First of all, Aaron Eckhart. He sure knows how to pump out movies. He's been pumping out a ton of them in the last few years. I've always liked him and his action movies. However, they are hit and miss. Some of them are great, some of them not as great. And I've always liked him because he kind of has the same eyes and nose as one of my sons, and he always reminds me of one of my sons. So I just feel like, I know him, which I don't. But Aaron, give me a call. Just kidding. Anyway, the cast is really good. It includes Tim Roth, Abigail Breslin, and Marisha Peretz. Hopefully I pronounced her name correctly, Mauricia. The musical score does a great job creating tension and intrigue throughout the entire film. Abigail Breslin's snarky humor lightened up the otherwise dark and very dramatic scenes. We get to spend time in gorgeous Malta. Some of the live locations are just stunning. Going to Malta has been high on my husband's bucket list for a long time, and I was always kind of like, let's go here instead, let's go there, because I have so many places on my bucket list. But seeing this movie just made it move up higher on my bucket list. It looks gorgeous. And there's so much history there too. There's an interesting twist in Act 2 that might surprise you. If you're looking for lots of action and gunfights, you've come to the right place. Now, there were things on my list of things I didn't like or just thought could have been done better or differently. For example, I don't know what happened, but Abigail Breslin made wild accusations that Aaron Eckhart was aggressive, demeaning, and unprofessional during the filming. The Bulgarian producer of the movie sued her and said her, quote, hysterical and imaginary, end quote, allegations put the film's release in jeopardy. Legal mayhem ensued, resulting in no evidence to support her claims. Now, I don't know what's true and what's not, but I always hate to see people who are working on a project bickering and fighting and not treating each other well. The time bounces from the past to the present during the story, which might confuse some viewers. There are some plot points that really don't make that much sense, so try not to overthink what you see if you want to enjoy this. The CGI fire and explosions looked super fake in this movie. We also see really unrealistic looking blood sprays when dozens of people get shot. You see this little fake CGI thing, and I'm like, that's too bad. Not that I wanted to see lots of blood and guts or anything like that, but it just looked really fake. I mean, it looked like the film was done with a budget, and that's the best that they could do. I love it when titles have more than one meaning. For example, in the case of this movie, I mentioned that classified has to do with the secret missions of the CIA and the MI6, as well as the fact that Aaron Eckhart's character gets his mission instructions in coded messages in the classified ad section of various newspapers. Some of the shoot 'em up sequences are just kind of ridiculous. We see one guy with a handgun and just a few rounds escape a barrage of sprays and bullets from machine guns and high-powered assault rifles carried by dozens of men. And I just rolled my eyes every time and thought, oh, brother. Of course, we don't want the protagonist to die in Act 1, but so many times he should have, been killed. I'm just saying. At one point, he walks past an assault rifle to pick up a shotgun instead. Out of nowhere, he has rounds for this shotgun in his pocket. And again, I'm like, I don't know. I think I would have picked up the, automatic assault rifle instead of a shotgun. Now, shotguns have their their role. Anyway, obviously, I'm getting carried away. One of my big pet peeves is when a character walks past all of these weapons when they could really pick them up and use them. And so luckily we did see characters were picking up things and, so I'm like, okay, well, at least that's realistic or smart. Anyway, audience will pick up on the lack of attention to continuity. For example, the clothing often changes between scenes, even though the characters simply walk from one location to another, and I'm like, oh, somebody needed to review that. Or they needed to come to me and watch the movie before they released it, because I would catch those little types of things. Now, these are little details. Obviously, if you're just going for the action and you don't care about that kind of stuff, then I think you're going to have a good time, especially if you like Aaron Eckhart. Now, whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines simply to share them with you so you can get a taste of the dialogue and the script writing quality. You can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share some of them with you right now. For example, on the funny lines, most of them were spoken by Abigail Breslin. And so she plays the character whose name is Casey Walker. And she says, I always think better after a cappuccino as they're trying to, decide what to do. And then another conversation is between her and Aaron Eckhart's character. And so he says to her, and just so we're clear, if the thought even crosses my mind that you're playing me, I slit your throat and leave you on the side of the road. And she kind of goes, oh, that's very graphic. And then another line that he says is, she's talking and asking him questions. And he says, I'm pretty comfortable with not talking because she's driving him absolutely nuts. And then another line is, they're getting ready to do something that requires intensity. And she says, I have to use the little girl's room. And he just kind of rolls his eyes and he's like, of course you do, And then another conversation they have is when she says to him, you used to be a really big hit at parties, huh? Because he's such a straight man. And he says, I don't go to parties. And then she kind of rolls her eyes and, she says, that's a shocker. And that makes me laugh because I always say stuff like that. That's a shocker. Anyway, then there were a lot of interesting lines. Matt Hookings plays a character who says, you can pay a man to do anything, but convince him he's doing it for a cause and he'll do it for free. And I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of true. Let me know what you think. Comment down below if you agree with that. And then Abigail Breslin is talking again to Aaron Eckhart's character, and she says, there are ways of serving your country that don't involve being alone forever, because he is such a lone wolf and a maverick kind of a guy. And then there's another line that is spoken several times by different people that says, he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. And I thought, that's true. That's good counsel. All right. So there are 3 movies I instantly thought of as I was watching this one, and they all star Aaron Eckhart. The first one is called The Bricklayer. Now, that one most recently came out, and it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't the best Aaron Eckhart movie, but I got a kick out of it and his character. There's some dumb things kind of like in this movie. But again, if you like him, definitely check out that one. You can watch my review of that one, in fact. And then another one is called Chief of Station, where again, he's, a spy. He's in charge of a bunch of people. Again, not the greatest, but still entertaining if you like him. Lots of action in that one. And then another one that I thought was an excellent performance by Aaron Eckhart. It was called Rumble Through the Dark. He dug deep, and I was super impressed with his performance in that one. In fact, I will cue that one up so that when you finish watching this review, just click on that box and it'll take you to that review. That one, I think, flew under the radar for a lot of people. So definitely check out what I have to say about that one. I hope if you watch this movie, you get a kick out of it. Have a fantastic day. And when you get a minute, run over and visit me on social media. I'm all over the place where you can learn about my movie reviews, when they go live, my books, my online courses, my other products and shenanigans. Have a fantastic day. I already said that, but do it twice. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.